everyone, and welcome again to, it's my second time coming out with my newest podcast, Girl, What Don't You Know? Well, you may be thinking, why did she call it Girl, What Don't You Know? Because a lot of people will come to me and say, Marilyn, you be knowing some stuff, right? And so now I designed this particular podcast to talk about know-a-lots. Yeah, I do know a lot of things. And you know the reason why I do is because of pain and problems, persecution, okay? All those bad things that have happened to me are life-ing, as they say. So I have lived experiences that I would like to share with you all so that maybe you can get ahead of the game or whatever. Don't go down the same path that I went down. But nevertheless, it's all about me and my lifing. And I'm just happy to share with you. So today we're going to be talking about something that can be fleeting, which is time management. I am a guru of time management because I am super busy. So before I jump into that, I want you guys to like, subscribe, tell a friend, hit that notification bell and come back and see me because I got a whole bunch of know-a-lots, a whole bunch of know-a-lots that I'm going to be sharing in the coming weeks. So let's get started. Time management. A lot of people have problems with time management. I'm not going to say that I don't, but I have a way of trying to really manage time and not let time manage me. So what I'm going to do, I have a little timer here, right here, and I'm going to set it for 10 minutes. And I'm hoping to get finished with what I got to say today in 10 minutes. So let's see and let's get started. Again, please subscribe, like, share with a friend, hit the notification bell. All right, let's get started with Girl, What Don't You Know? All right, so time management, I did make a script, okay? I normally don't. It requires discipline. It requires for you to be true to yourself. As William Shakespeare says, to thy own self be true. Because when I start to think about it more, I start to say, you know what? Every time I write something down, I'm really writing to myself, right? And when I'm right to myself, that means I got to be true to myself, that whatever I put down here is something that I really need or want. I got to get it done. Okay. So for me, I work a full-time job still. Yes. I have 3 themed podcasts. Girl, What Don't You Know? Girl, Who Don't You Know? And I have Snapshot. And I have a host of people that work behind the scenes that are working to get out things like the flyers, helping me with my newsletter, helping me with that. So time management is key and crucial of trying to get everything done. And of course, I'll just be frank, I do drop the ball sometime. And the biggest ball that I drop is like housework. Okay, so, housework. But I'm okay. Anyway, let's get started. So they have a time management strategy called Pomodoro. Pomodoro means in Italian, tomato. Now, you need to go and look it up because I'm not going to elaborate too much on it, but it's a technique that people use now to manage their time. I first saw this technique without knowing a name was that my mother, she would always do something so long and then she'd look up at the clock, I recall, and then she would stop. Then she would move on to the next thing, do it so long, right? And then she would stop. So I didn't know what she was doing, but as I started to study different time management techniques, she really fits into the Pomodoro technique, meaning you do something for so long and then you stop. Then you do another thing for so long and then you stop, So I'll spell the word for you. It's Pomodoro. You need to look that technique up because what I'm going to tell you now is what I use every day in order to make sure that I get everything done without getting overwhelmed so far over here so far, not being balanced. You want to be balanced and you need to fit everything in. All right, so this is the first thing that I do. I get a 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. Let me get one real quick. And what I do is that I fold it and then I tear it. I remember this in the first grade, you know, it's really cool to crease it and then tear it. That was really cool to see how well you could do it. And then you tear it again, just like this. And so you got 4 pieces of paper, right? So you take this part of the paper, just a little piece of it, right? And then you start to, what do? I make 4 different sections, okay? I don't know if you can see it, just like that, all right? Then I start to put in the things that I want to do throughout the week, the day, whatever you want to do, right? So for me, the first thing that I always do is that I like to go into devotion. So for me, the first one that I put on here is God, right? That's what I believe. So whatever you believe, that's who you put right there, all right? And then the next slot, I'll put me. Things that I just want to just get my fingernails done, get my hair done, you know, exercise, eat sensibly, whatever I want to do to treat myself or to keep myself well balanced. I have me. Then I did say I still work, right? So I put business. I put work. Okay. What do I have to get done at work in order to make my week good? You know, whatever it might be, timekeeping, you know, keeping up with your employees, working on special projects, whatever you need to do, you need to put it in that section. Then the 4th one is business. I have a business. It's called GWDYK Consulting, which is the umbrella for, girl, what don't you do? What don't you know? Girl, who don't you know? All those, okay, snapshot. I have an umbrella. So I have to work on that business every day. So now I have 4 different things right here. God, me, what is that? Business and work. Right. So then after that, I normally start with me. All right. I start with me because I'm sitting in devotion and I'm waiting for God to download what he wants me to know today. So I'll start with me and I'll say, eat sensibly, like I said earlier. Exercise. Get your nails done. All right. You know, anything like that. Just anything that you want to do to make sure you do right. You might be reducing your carbs. Don't eat no carbs today, or be cognizant of the carbs that you're eating today. That's what you need to do. All right. And then for the business, I'm going to make sure that I'm doing something on one of my podcasts every day. And I may not do as much every day, but I might put down that I got to deal with, girl, who don't you know, right? Get my guests, make sure that they got the paperwork they need, whatever. I got to make sure that is done, right? Then I might have, girl, I got to get a topic. Also, I got to write blogs, so I got to do blogs. So I keep myself pretty active in it. And you can see now it's almost like a cycle that you do so much in it. For the work, like I said, you might have to do a project, manage your people, do some, you don't want to do disciplinary, but you might have to discipline some people or whatever. Or you might have to get disciplined. I don't know. But anyway, you can see how you're steady moving. You are constantly moving, almost in like a cycle. You're constantly moving. Now, I said a little bit about the things of God, but here it is. While I'm doing all that and writing down some things that are so super static, if you will, just something, you know, things that I do, I am listening for God to say, what am I going to do? He'll say, today he told me to write down and then put this on Facebook to pray without ceasing. That's what he told me. And that was the word. And so I put it on Facebook. So whatever God is telling you, that's what you put in that section. And sometimes it's a scripture and you just meditate on it all day. That's how I do it. So, and then at the end of the day, if I don't get everything done, I come right back with the same piece of paper, get another piece of paper the next day, and together I circle everything that I did not get done, and I move it over to a brand new sheet of paper. So where these sheet of papers come from? I'm a scrap paper junkie. So that's all you have to do. Just constantly keep doing that, and that'll make sure that you're well balanced and you're doing everything. You don't have to stay in the same thing. Just keep moving. Just keep moving, stay so far on, like I'm doing this 10-minute thing here to show you about time management, 10 minutes. After this, what are you doing, Marilyn? More than likely, I'm going to go look at some Netflix, okay? So anybody know me, know I'm a Netflix junkie. So those are the things that you have to do to keep yourself, your time management, easy peasy, simple. So, hey, I would love to hear your comments on how that's working for you. Or if you got another style that you're doing, maybe I need to get into that a little bit more. But remember, when you're writing things down, it's to your own self, be true. You know exactly that you can't go out there and run a 5K. So don't put no unrealistic things on here. All right. You just have to be true to yourself and don't get discouraged if you don't get it done. Just come back the next day and start it over. So that's how you do that. So like I said, I love to see your comments. And remember, I think I got 1 minute and 10 seconds to say what I got to say. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I hope that this was helpful for you. Please subscribe, like, tell a friend, set your notification bell. Okay, until next time, this is Marilyn Green with Girl, What Don't You Know? With a whole bunch of know-a-lots on time management. It is 49 seconds, 48, 47, 46. So I'll stop for now. Bye.